Hey, 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 what is going on, fam? How is my audio? I switched from my old pop sock to like a little foam protector here. It's still deformed from being in the package, but hopefully it's not messing with the audio too much. I did increase the gain a little bit because in my recordings that I do for the video editing sounded a little bit off. Hey Marco, what's up, my man? How's it going? Kathleen, good evening, my lady. What is up, Joe? How you doing? Good to see you guys. Y'all doing good? Having a good start to your week? Jason and Henry, hello to you guys as well.
Hello there.
A little delayed on that. Coming in loud and clear. Cool, cool, cool. I had a productive day of unemployment today. Since the sun was out, I was able to get the Blink floodlights installed with the camera on this side of the house, because on this side of the house it is on the gravel, which allows me to be able to use the ladder to get up there. I checked on the opposite side, which is where I really want to put the other one up at, but it is like a sinkhole over there, so I need to give it probably a few more days to dry out, or try to catch it like really early when the ground's still hard and I can use the ladder to get up there too quick and to do that. And then after I did that, I installed the Blink doorbell, where I soon realized that I had bought the Ring chime. So because it's new construction, they don't install like a traditional doorbell anymore. Surprise to me too. Um, and they were like, just everybody does the webcam doorbells now, and it has the chime with it. And I wasn't paying attention because I plugged in the Blink chime, and one came up that was like, just plug in. I was reading how it worked, not paying, this is my own fault, paying close enough attention to how it, who made it. And it actually was for the Ring. And I bought that like during the Black Friday sales, which I've passed. That's, again, all this is my fault. But I passed it, not realizing that I had passed it. And now I'm stuck with the chime for the Ring doorbell, and I had to still order the one that works for the Blink. But it's really weird. The one for the Blink, you have like this dongle that you hook up to where the traditional doorbell would wire to, and it sits separate from the doorbell. Kind of weird looking, kind of weird looking, but I want the chime because not everybody in the house has the app. So if someone did come to the door, someone did ring the doorbell, only those with the app would know if you weren't close enough to the front door to hear it ring. So somebody could be, out there ringing the doorbell and not get an answer if someone was actually home to answer it. But anyway, I digress. I installed the Ring doorbell, and then I went over to, how many of you guys follow me over on Ready Set Plink? How many of you all know that that exists and what it is? Be Shady, Jason, what's going on, fam? How y'all doing today? Good start to your week, I hope.
Hello there.
I'm finally like in a situation where like, I'm not scrambling to drop apps due to the layoff, and then my wife is on the mend. This was her first day back in the office at work. So thankfully she's doing better. Thank you all for the thoughts, prayers, and well wishes and everything while she was in the hospital. But she's doing well, and I am glad and grateful for that. So her first day back into the office today, so everybody's kind of getting back to the normal routine. And I figured, since as I was about to say, Kathleen said, how did you decide to go with the Blink over the Ring or the Wise or any of the others? So the Blink, far as I could tell, works with my Amazon Prime, and it works with, her name. I'm not going to say it. Actually, I don't have any of her devices hooked up right now. So it works with Alexa and everything, which is really nice because our garage door opener that they installed also works with Amazon Prime devices and Alexa. So it all kind of integrates seamlessly. It can use one app and everything. I also like the price point. The Blink is much more affordable than any of the Ring products. But I've been very happy with the performance. We had the Blink doorbell at the old house for, I don't know, like a year, and it worked great. Never had any issues with it not working. You just have to keep an eye on the battery life. They use lithium cells. I would say replace them once a year and you'll never have to worry about it. Once a year isn't terrible. Hey, Nick Martino, what's going on? How you doing? Yes, Marco. Ready, Set, Plink is my Pew Pew channel, so I kind of review Pew Pew stuff, accessories for Pew Pew, and I am working on a range back in the back part of the property, diagonal from the house. So today I was out there cutting more trees down, trying to like have the length of the range extended out and moving some stuff around. I text my neighbor. Hopefully, I'll hear back from him. He has a skid steer, and he was like, I can do stuff on the property. Just let me know. So I reached out asking him if he could not necessarily level it, but help me knock things down and also smooth it out because I'm over there trying to smooth it out to put targets up and stuff. So after I did that a little bit, I went ahead and tested out the new cleared area and checked out some of my dots optics, making sure they were zeroed and everything. So that's how I've been. I felt like it was a productive day, and I wanted to, before I get in the shower, I wanted to jump on, see how everybody's week is started out, how everybody's doing. And I also wanted, well, while I was doing all that, my dentist called because I was supposed to have my annual cleaning, but the last one on benefits because technically I'm on through the end of the month. Um, they had an opening tomorrow morning, so I'm going tomorrow morning instead. But and then I had some lunch and watched a little curling in the Olympics. Anybody watching? Anybody watching the curling? I don't know why I'm so into it this year. I had only kind of watched highlights and stuff in the past and kind of seen how they've done. But this year it was on. I think it was women's, and I want to say, I think it was like maybe, maybe it was China versus Italy or something like that. It's intense. If you sit down and watch it, it gets super, super intense. Louie, how's it going? Good to see you. Ronald, good to see you as well, my man. Hope you're having a good start to your week. Jason, that is a heck of a range. I'm working with 5 acres, so I'm happy with what I got because before I lived on 0.33 acres and I had to go to indoor ranges. But having the 5 acres with neighbors that have ton of acreage around me, all of which who've said that they have no issues with the Freedom pellets being shot off, or Freedom seeds, I should say. They do the same. So it's been really nice for me. So I decided to clear out a section kind of off behind the house over there a little bit and taking full advantage of my newfound property. But that is a ton of property. Hey, Nick, how's it going? Did you guys know they make special MREs just for the pilots that fly the U-2 spy planes? That's crazy. No, I didn't know that. I had no idea. Crow, what's going on, Crow's Blade? Good to see you, bro. Hope you're having a good start to your week. What did everybody carry today? Nick said, I've been watching a little. I do much prefer winter over summer Olympics. Now, what I have missed out on is some of the hockey games. I started with the intent to watch some of those, and it just so happened like the wife was ready to sit down with me and watch some TV, and she didn't want to watch the hockey, which I totally get. I totally get it. Um, and, kind of in between, really mostly curling and all of the different skating and skiing events. Been some crazy stuff. I picked up a Machine Wise Sonora. Congrats, Ronald. Man, that's a nice pickup. Which one did you get? What version? The speed skating was interesting. Did everybody watch what is it? Jason Paul's girlfriend win gold, set a new record. That was pretty dope. I don't think I cleaned my spring. I am off camera cleaning up everything that I played with today out on the range. Bluminati, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Appreciate you stopping by.
Hello there.
Hope you're having a good start to your week. I don't think I've seen anybody telling me what they've carried. Just Ronald told me that he got his new Machine Wise Sonora. I was out. Bluminati just came in. I think the big things that I did today was get the Blink. Uh, That's upside down. Got the blink set up for the flood cams and the doorbell finally for the new house. And back there on the range, clearing out space on the range for myself, and did a little recording after and took advantage of the new space and the new targets that are back there. So I enjoyed that very, very much. Like I said, I felt like it was productive. I tell you what, though, I haven't used those muscles in a while when I was cutting down like those little baby pines. I say baby, they're like 6 to 8 feet. Um, Probably closer to 8 feet. But I was clearing those out where I want the range area to exist. What in the world is happening? Because it's not in the way. And I'm feeling it there for sure. Oh, there we go. All right, that one's done. So that one, that's my concealed carry, so I need to reload those with the HPs. So we'll leave that over there. And then this can go into storage, and we're on to the next one. What do we got? We got some people dropping their pocket checks. Dwayne, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. How's the weather there today? It got to, I think today got to 60. So all the ice is melting. Unfortunately, the ground is still very sponge-like. Dwayne's got the Boker Apex today. Jason has got the Kershaw Bel Air GEC 32 Leatherman Wingman Gerber utility knife Case Solder Jr. Nice, nice. Carrying the Kaiser Meteora. Is it Meteora or Meteora? Meteora. I don't know. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Lou, what's going on, man? How you doing? I have no idea where I put. Oh my gosh, it's way back here. On to the next one. Reaching back to the bag over there so I can clean mags and fuse. Oh, it's scrolling and it jumped. Sorry, I didn't see that doing. Everybody saying hello to everybody. I hope y'all are having a good week. All right, I'm caught up now. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of, with the Winter Blade stuff, I have found I need to get those in hand, like pictures and videos of other people looking at it. Um, doesn't really work for me, so I need to reach out to Brian and see if I can get in on the pass round for that to check it out. I think it would do me a lot of good just to get it in hand and kind of see it. This thing is really dirty. I don't know why this got so dirty. So that's kind of my answer to that. Looks interesting. Um, I don't know if I've seen any other reviewers get a chance to check it out. I think there's been a couple early. Hopefully he did not send it to Tri-State EDC because it'll be there for like 60 days before it gets to the next person to to be looked at. So hopefully he knows to put Tri-State kind of mid to the end. No offense to him, but it'll be there a long, long time if it goes to him. Uh, so I'll reach out to Brian, see if he'll let me check it out. Hey, Brown Sugar, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good start to your week and that you are having a good day as well. What you carrying today? Did that get cleaned? Clean enough. Clean enough. It's not too bad. They're not too dirty. Nick said recently got the V3. I'm assuming you're talking about the production Strix. V3 Strix, and I'm not impressed. In fact, to me, it has a few flaws, and I haven't even taken it apart yet. That's just on what I can see. So I did go, mine is in the case, and my hands are kind of dirty, so I really don't want to grab it right now. Mine is the plain Jane titanium with the micro milling. Um, Mine seems fine. I like it. Good action. Detent was a little soft, so I did strengthen it a little bit when I swapped over to skiff bearings. S90V is good. I feel like from the factory, they probably put like a 24-degree angle on the hollow grind. I would have liked to have seen them go with like a 20 at the least, 1920. I know they still want it to be durable. They don't want it chipping and people complaining about it that aren't into sharpening. So they got to, appease the masses, not the minority of folks that sharpen and everything like that. Uh, but, I'm pleased. It's my first Strix. Compared to other knives that I own, I feel like it's kind of on par. Opening hole is good. I'm able to use that well. Front flipper is good. Good, aggressive enough jimping on the front flipper. Yeah, I can't really think too much. I would have liked the milling to be a little bit more pronounced and defined. It almost kind of blends into the scales. So that's kind of a summary of my actual nitpicks that I had on mine. Like I said, mine is the plain Jane version. Oh, there's my neighbor responding back. He might be answering if he can do that or not at all. Ronald, how you doing? Good to see you, my friend.
Hello there.
Hope you're doing well this evening. Hope you're having a good start to your week. Production one, same micro milled. Yeah, I'm fine with mine. I rather enjoy it. I gave it a very solid score. I think my biggest complaint was the fact that the jimping micromilling wasn't as pronounced. I would have liked it to have been a little bit more pronounced. And I used my uh, Bodacious applied weapon tech scales as the example of what I would have liked to have seen. I also did say that it would have been cool if on the pocket clip they would have matched the micromilling. I think that would have been a nice little touch. Anyway, I should probably stop talking about everything that I talked about in my review. Otherwise, you guys aren't going to watch it. Probably not gonna watch it. This one didn't get as dirty. This one was just to zero in the dot. Sharp Obsession. What's up, my brother? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day, good start to your week. What you guys got in the pocket that are coming in now? Probably gonna run this till about 6:30, 6:45, do like an hour, and then I need to jump in the shower because one boy was out there working hard to get those pines cleared for the range for the Ready Set Blink channel. Or, well, it was partially set up for a couple of targets. We've since expanded targets. So now now that I've gotten more, I need to make more space. I also like to have like offsetting ranges and stuff as far as the distance. Uh, my backspacer is sorry, my backspacer is very unlevel in reference to the scale, and the grounds are uneven. It has no detent ramp, and the jimping is not good for the front flipper. Now I felt like mine was pretty good. I could get the thumb and the roll, and it bit. So I'm wondering. I'll go back double check it, but I'm wondering if there's a difference there. I'll have to look at the backspacer. I didn't check that as closely. What are your thoughts on a mirror polished blade? Do you like it or no? I like to look at them. I don't like them being a fingerprint magnet. I have a little bit of an issue with a polished DLC having this issue as well. So I feel like your hands got to be clean if you're fidgeting with the knife, which I know that's not a priority, right? That's not what should be important. Um, Otherwise, you're going to have fingerprints all over it. The, you know, fix to that I have found is just a light coating of oil wiped on, like rubbed on, and then just kind of take a cloth and knock it off a little bit. and then it is not as susceptible to like the fingerprints and stuff. But like I said, I think they're really pretty, nice to look at, especially if you have it on display. But for me personally, not something I would want. That is why I do like this static wash, and I like the belt grinds. I think those usually have less fingerprint. Now, I can get fingerprints on them if I get dirty enough. I can get it on anything, I guess, to that point. But I don't have anything against them. I also don't have anything against the Damascus or Damasteel, if you want to call it the Damasteel Damascus or the Damascus blades. I don't have an issue against those. Some of them can look quite fascinating, whereas I think some people just really hate that and think that it's kind of like a bougie thing. I don't feel that way personally. I like, you know, I kind of like a lot of stuff. I think the only thing you probably will hear me complain about is going to be a regrind. No, recurve. Regrind. I like regrinds. I've had to do those a few times. A recurve. Oops, that's upside down. Uh, and the edge inside the hole are very sharp. I definitely say that I've been reverse flicking and thumb flicking, and I like mine where it's at. I don't know if it's sharp or not to someone else. I personally really like the way that it is. Kelly, what's going on? How you doing? And did your video drop? Because I don't recall seeing it, but I haven't been on in a couple days because I've been going hard on the applications. Hope you're doing well. Yep, you need a shower. Yeah, I probably do. My dog thinks I smell like pine because that's what I was clearing with the pine trees that were in the way on the range. She came over and started sniffing because you can see like on my legs where I've been dragging and everything, the pine trees. You could clearly see where like they were making contact with these pants. I have the ones that have the I don't know what you call it, like the canvas material. I'll make sure I don't have anything that I can't show on camera over here. Sorry, I just slid everything over. You know, the guard, whatever you want to call that. So the pines were just rubbing across that. And she just came over and was like sniffing all over me like I had seen another dog or something. Hope you're doing well. What you got in the pockets? Hope you're having a good week as well. Excuse me. Tickled my throat. I'm way behind. How did that happen? What do we got here? Why are these highlighted here but not over here? Doesn't really tell me why. These are like highlighted on my screen, but I don't see why. Why is it highlighting that? I'm looking back on the actual chat in the YouTube studio and it's not showing anything either. Weird. Weird stuff. In case I missed anyone that came in.
Sorry, bro. Hello there.
I'm way behind. Okay. I think I've seen everyone saying hi to everyone. Louis, I was on knife restrictions all last month. It ended on Sunday. Well, maybe I should go back on it because I bought a Tri-Stash. Congrats. Which one did you get? DeLorean QTRO. I really like that one. I've been super tempted to get one of my own because I got to check out a review sample. Fenrir, which one? Feldspar. Did you get the new button lock? And Benchmade Anthem. Yeah, I'm an addict. Well, you're in the right place, my friend. You're in similar like company. Pocket Privilege is on lunch and says, "What up, everyone?
Hello there.
Good to see you, and I hope you're enjoying your lunch. Eating anything good? Anything good in the hood?" I think I need to spray this one. I got sidetracked. I am cleaning Pew Pew stuff from being out Because after I cleared the range and I repositioned targets, I wanted to enjoy that for a moment. But then it started to get dark quick, so I had to like clean up fast. You probably, if you watch and follow me on Ready Set Plank, you will see it. You will see it. It'll be on the CZ video, not to spoil that one. Not spoil. This one here was just a zero in, so this one here doesn't really need a whole lot of cleaning, but I am going to clean that. Hey Jake, what up? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Having a good week, and what are you carrying? Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that, my friend. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. If you're not subscribed and you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed. It's a great way. Sharing videos, a lot of people don't realize that, but sharing videos, if you have that capability to do that, that's a great way to tell the algorithm you enjoyed this content so much. You were compelled to share it. Oh, Lord, I hear myself sometimes and I just gotta laugh. No, I did not get a Draco. I did not. I didn't even know that there was one at NC Blade dropping. Did you get one? Or did anyone get one? Fred, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Oh, I had another good piece of news. So, all right, in the old house, 0.33 acres, I picked up like a little riding mower, Cub Cadet. It was really nice. Was able to start, getting the lawn cut and trimmed, manicured, whatever you want to call it, in like 30 minutes or something like that. I don't know if I bumped the whole microphone, but I definitely hit the stand, the arm. Then we moved here, and I have 5 acres, and I would say probably 2.5 of that, maybe even 3 of that is not wooded. So it needs to be cut or it'll overgrow, which I can't allow that to happen on the drain field anyway. So I needed to get a zero turn. So I had a mower I had bought for the old house at the beginning of last summer or middle of last summer. And then I moved here and ended up needing the zero turn. So I was with 2 mowers. So happily, the guy that told me when I bought the zero turn was like, clean it, good pictures and videos, and list it mid-February, and I did, and it sold within a week. So grateful for that, because boy, can't I use the funds right now. Oh man. Oh, thanks, Jason. Appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. I'm not quite at a point where I can do daily content on there. So what you're going to find is like a weekly long form video, which is very manageable for me. And then doing a lot of short form content. I actually have, when I get out of the shower a little bit later, some stuff that I actually recorded today that's going to be going up on that short form. Also, I think I can show that. I don't know where it's at. Oh, I need to put that stuff in the garage. Picked up. Kevin was like, get a timer for bill drills. I have to admit though, it was a lot of fun. So you'll start seeing that in some of the review videos and just regular videos like, here's 500 rounds, here's 1,000 rounds. Because Lord knows that channel ain't big enough and I ain't getting no samples to where I can have something new on it on a daily basis. Something to look at on a daily basis. But it is a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. And, I have plenty of progress that I can share on the range out on the field. And I'm excited. It's a lot of fun. Just, something fun that I'm passionate about, like this channel. But I don't have the capacity or capability to be rotating. That stuff's far more expensive. And I probably could do it on budget stuff, but I don't think people will be as interested in that. Seems like the most popular stuff that I have had on there is the 2011 product, and anything Smith & Wesson's been super popular. Yeah, I think that's what Jim had said about that Blade HQ exclusive Strix, the flamed anno skeletonized one. I think it was either him or it was KC that really wanted that one. I can't remember. That might be KC that wanted that one and said he missed out on it. Inval, what's going on? I have not. Maybe someone in the chat can answer that. I'll leave that there for a second to see. Um, I picked up the CZ P10C ported. So that'll be, you'll see some of that in a short. Maybe that'll be the one I post tonight, and then I'll save the other ones for a little bit later in the week. But I really like that. I honestly went in looking for a Glock Gen 6, 19 Glock 19 Gen 6. Ended up leaving with the CZ10C ported. Sorry, I'm multitasking if you can't tell. Trying to clean up what I used out there really quick. I made it through all of one. That one's pretty clean. I feel like that's pretty clean. My two main concealed carry. Well, I kind of concealed carry like the majority of everything that I own. There's only two that really aren't built for that. But two are like my main. Whoa, whoa. Jumping, jumping, jumping. Let me pay attention to the chat a little bit. Yeah, that's the one is it, yeah, the shredded, marbled, whatever you want to call it. That's the one I was looking at. Feldspar, button lock version. I got the plain titanium version. Gotcha, of the Fenrir. Gotcha. Oh, thanks, Jason. I appreciate it. I'm trying to blend, so I think the way I want to do it, normally I do like tabletop because I can really show um, product there on what I'm referencing. I think what I'd like to do is try to get a little bit better on camera, kind of being able to show as I'm talking about it and be, engaged and see how that goes. So I'm going to try that on a couple of the long forms. But I think the short form can be probably the same, probably a little bit of blend of, showing myself to those that want to see me and who I am, and also the product, right? What it is that you're talking about, which pistol, which holster, what bag. It is a little bit challenging because you got to kind of unload everything for the video, so that can be a little bit of a challenge. But I get it for safety purposes because in my head, I'm like, all right, if I have a loaded bag, but it's not chambered, but I think that probably can just be dangerous to do on camera if you're not at an actual range practicing safety. They want it to be safe, and I get that piece of it, and that's kind of an easy to facilitate thing. But for the stuff that I conceal carry, when I want to talk about that in short form, I got to kind of unload everything, especially if I want to do like some ASMR or anything like that, which those are kind of fun. I didn't think I would enjoy those as much, but sometimes it's nice to kind of hear the sounds, especially when you hear like going from like a Glock to like any 2011 or any MMP or Walther. The sound difference is kind of baffling to me when you hear one. Like one feels like it sounds not very solid, not a very pronounced click. Not to say that it isn't a pronounced click, but just to tell you, it tells you the way that it's constructed a little bit different, the thickness between the two that you're looking at and comparing. So that kind of stuff. But anyway. Oh, all right, Jake. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. That's what it's all about. Finding that one, and once you found it, you just can't keep the hands out, or can't keep it out of the pocket, can't keep the hands off of it. I think I started to say one and switched to the other. The wave mill. Yep, me too, brother. Me too. Me too. And actually today, because I was out there, I was carrying one of my users. I didn't share what I was carrying today. So my Blade HQ exclusive 20CV Benchmade bug out. I know a lot of people are going to make fun of me, but this was a gift from the wife. And the applied weapon tech scales just completely change it. But I like how pronounced the milling is on here. And like I said, it's a user. You can tell by the blade that it's a user. I went ahead and did like a stone wash on the blade. And then I just cut anything and everything with it. I've pried some stuff with it a little bit. I know you really shouldn't do that. And it's broken in quite nicely, considering it's a washer knife. Let me stick that where I won't lose it. Yeah, Kathleen, I am. I have some stuff that I want to record on that, so that'll be coming. I won't give away the content too much, but yeah, there's more stuff coming with that. I've just had to take care of stuff at the house, and then, I started with the range stuff and the plinking and everything. So I need to get myself together, and there'll be more coming on that for sure, more updates. Um, Especially because I've started to get some of the Blackstone reports back, and I think the first one they told me I did it at 5. They told me to take it to 6,500, so I took it to 6,500. Report card came back really good on that, so I'm going to share all that because I think that's some really positive stuff on the outgoing V6 model, since they don't make that one anymore. I think that is going to make that one kind of like a Goldilocks as well. I think people that are not happy that Toyota went back to a 4-cylinder, um, they wanted them to keep the V6 because V6 is more powerful than 4-cylinder turbo, even though the new 4-cylinder turbo produces more power, more torque, and has better fuel efficiency. So it is what it is. I always thought that was funny because at one point in time, I had a WRX that I had tuned and geared and everything like that, and that little 4-cylinder pushed out, I think it was like 330 plus horsepower to the wheels, and would run like 11s, and I would easily be able to beat my friends down the track in the quarter mile that had V8 Mustangs, and back then it was also Camaros and Firebirds. Not the ones that obviously were souped up, the souped up ones, obviously, but to soup mine up by comparison was way cheaper than it was for them to do that. So anyway, I always find that funny. People like 4-cylinder, weak, 6-cylinder stronger, 8-cylinder strongest. I am a big supporter of Henry, honestly. Who's Henry? What are we talking about? Did I miss something? I missed probably a conversation. Oh, how did you secure the Mad Dog prototype? Did you get that off of Whatnot? Did he sell that on a Whatnot? I won one on a Whatnot, and Kevin sent it to the old address. My fault, because I didn't update the address on Whatnot, because I never buy anything on there hardly. But he knows my address. He sends me stuff regularly. And he sent it to the old address, and it's like in limbo now, trying to go back to him. I just ordered a new rifle bag today. It took me 2 days to choose one. Nothing wrong with that. I've been researching. I have researched stuff longer than 2 days before I made a decision. Nothing wrong with that at all. Pocket Privilege, how you doing, man? Good to see you. I bought a tag out with applied weapon tech scales. Yeah, did you wait the tag out? Is that the one that they first dropped with blade hole and then they later dropped with thumb stud? Because I want the thumb stud version. I personally think Benchmades with blade holes usually don't feel as snappy on deployment as they do with a thumb stud because of placement and how you have to kind of get to it. I don't know. It might just be a me thing though. Hey, ain't that sweet? What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hello there.
I didn't miss that, did I? All right. I don't see anything in the other chat that tells me I'm missing stuff. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. Good start to your week. What you got in the pockets today? Pockets. Come on, JD. You know Kevin Squirrel's bad. Man, he just was trying to get out all that product. I get it. He had probably sold mad stuff that day, just printed out the shipping label and sent it on its way. Didn't think twice about me. He wasn't paying attention to that. And I was like, bro, you sent this to the old address. He was like, that's what it said on the label. And then that's when I realized that Whatnot was one of the ones that I did not update. I was like, oh no. Oh no. How did I do that? I got so many places to update addresses. It's crazy. It's crazy. I got a credit union that I'm still not a member of that's asking me to confirm my address is correct. I was like, yo, really? Sorry, that was loud. I forgot on the SIGs when you hit the slide release. No, the takedown lever, when you put it back in place. No, I did say it right. When you push the slide release up, the takedown lever retreats back into its natural position and the whole thing comes closing. I was like, whoops, kind of forgot about that. I should have locked it in place instead of just pushing it and letting go. All right, so I think that one's done. These are not going to be refilled because these are just my range mags. All right. I got one more to do. And then when I'm done with this one, I'll answer any or respond to any chat conversation. Woo, my arms are hurting. I hope they're not hurting tomorrow because there's some more that I'd like to do tomorrow. Oh, what are you getting caught on, brother? Oh, I know exactly what you're getting caught on. That's my fault. What's this thing, Kelly? Fair to Midland. How you doing? Okay. Whatnot does the shipping labels automatically. Yeah. And it was my fault. I had not updated Whatnot. I had missed Whatnot. There's a couple of things that I don't use often enough, and I probably need to just go through and check all of those, to be honest. So it's definitely on me. Ain't that sweet? Says, got a Jack Wolf knife in the mailbox. Gotta power through a few hours of work and then headed home ASAP to unbox it. Congrats on the new Jack Wolf, my friend, and I do hope that the rest of your work shift goes by quickly. I know what it's like knowing that that's at home waiting for you. Just a waiting. Now, I will say, I know this isn't that channel. While I do enjoy shooting at the range, those chunk ported little guns, they are really nice. They are seriously some little dirty boys. Seriously, little dirty boys. It's weird how Shopify will change your information to old info after your order is made. I went through that recently. I have too. I've learned with Shopify, and I feel like there's another one, and it is really old information that isn't even stored anymore on PayPal for me. It goes through PayPal using it. And I'm like, where do you get this information? So I had that happen on a Golden Design, can't remember what it was, Subcaliber. And it went to like an address I haven't lived at in 20 years. And I didn't even realize on the invoice that he sent, because it was through Shopify, that it had picked up this ancient, I'm going to call it ancient address. I'm like, what? how did it pick this address up? I didn't even recognize it for like half the day. And then it dawned on me where I kind of sort of maybe possibly knew that address. I was like, it was an apartment, man. You know how long it's been since I've lived in an apartment? Anyway, I was like so mad. So I've learned my lesson, like everything, regardless of where, how, I am like eyeballing that address, checking it twice, going to find out who's naughty or nice. I was like, bro, how, how on earth did you get this address? So I certainly feel your pain on that. I certainly understand how you're feeling on that. I was so mad. Thankfully, I went. They were home, and I was like, "Did you get this name and this address from this person?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, hang on for a second." But you know what? They had opened it. I was like, "Bro, this ain't you. Why are you opening this package?" Because there was nothing that he was going to be able to do about it. He ain't have no more, and I didn't proof the address when it went out. That's on me. Same thing as the Whatnot. I was like, I didn't even know Whatnot had the address. I just assumed the payment went through PayPal and that it was going to be whatever address was on the PayPal information. But no, that ain't the case. So got to check all of them, bro. Got to check them all. Got to catch them all. All right, Louis, thanks for hanging out, brother. Appreciate you coming by tonight. Hope you have a good Zoom. Got to bounce, about to leave for work. All right, brother. Have a good evening, Bloom. Appreciate you. I love that Subcaliber. Just saying. I'm assuming you picked up my old Subcaliber. Is that what I'm hearing, Kelly? I do give a sweet price, don't I? I always give a sweet price on stuff. I feel like people may not agree with that, but I feel like I do a good for my subscriber pricing. Because I run it a little bit higher if I throw it on Blade Bench. Because Blade Bench be charging you like they take the shipping out, and of course they have their fee because they're offering the service, which I totally get. So I'm not complaining. Blade Bench is a very acceptable and reputable place where you can do business and rest assured that you're not going to be scammed or anything like that. So Aries, what's going on, my brother? Everybody, if you don't know Aries, EDC got a YouTube channel and he makes custom knives. So definitely give the boy a follow. If you follow him up on Instagram, you can also see some of his product. Hope you're doing well, man. Having a good evening. I'm multitasking while I'm talking to y'all, so just so you know. Yeah, that's right. That's right. B Shady said, damn good price. Damn good. I do my best, man. I do my best to pay it forward because I'm just trying to recover enough to kind of help me for the next thing that I want to get on the channel. Trying to give you guys a good price, and you guys help me out by getting it moved quick. So I think it's a win for everybody, and I do appreciate the support in that regard. I think I'm going to be able to finish the rest of this up with a clothy cloth. Look at all that. Those strands from the cotton swabs. So I have a question. I know not all of you are into all of this. Thank you, Marco, dropping the Aries EDC link there. I'm trying to decide what optic to go with for the Prodigy. Because I think what I'm going to do is probably put the Osite C. The Osite C. I think I'm going to put that on the CZ. Ironically, I swear I wasn't trying to do that. I'm trying to decide if I want to go with the Mechanic with the 3 MOA, if I want to go with a Sealy, which is not nearly as big. It's actually more comparable to the Osite C picture window, which is a really big picture window. Don't get me wrong. It's really nice. But I feel like I have 3 Osites now. My wife has my Holosun 507. What's my other one? Oh, and then I have a Defender Vortex. Sorry, not a Defender. I have a Vortex. So I'm thinking maybe I should try the Sealy or the Mechanic. But I had the Mechanic on the Combat TTI Combat that my son bought for me. I gave him a really good deal too. That's the family deal. He got the family deal. He got that for less than I paid for the CZ P10C ported. That's what he got that for, and I have a lot of add-ons that I had on that as well. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. Any thoughts or other recommendations of affordable optics that perform above their price point? Love to hear what you guys think. Steve, oh, how you doing, Robo Steve? Hope you're doing well, my man. In Valley says, we love a reviewer with bro pricing policy. Yeah, that's what I try to do, my brother. I try to do what I think is maximum fair value, paying it for discount. Policy or not. RMR. Oh, I double clicked you, Mick. I am sorry, brother. RMR. It's an RMR plate because I was going to buy another Osite C. Or I knew I was gonna. Well, here's my issue now. That I say that I think the reason I backed off of the Mechanic because they're like stupid affordable and punch way above its price point. They require an Allen key head, so I can't use the flathead tool that I use for all of my other optics if I need to adjust it. Now, granted, once I get it mounted, and I do like a top or side load battery, so I don't have to remove it. Once I get it zeroed in, it's really a non-factor. But I just hate to have. I have a toolkit now that has the flathead tools on it with the T10 in case something were to come loose. So I hate to have to carry something special for the Mechanic. I think the Sealy, I believe, if I recall correctly, also has like a flathead / bullet casing like the Defender and all the others. So it makes it really easy when it comes time for zeroing. I don't have to carry a separate special tool for that. And I think they all use flathead for the battery replacement anyway. Actually, the Mechanic has like a I think it's like the tool is plastic. It's a big thick flathead that you use to remove it. So it even has a different tool to remove it. I don't know why they just didn't do what the rest of the industry does, but anyway. I was wondering about the Romeo. Romeo 1 Pro, I have 3, one on my SIG X5 and my Carry and Smith & Wesson. Hey, TJ, how you doing? Titanium Justin, another fellow YouTuber with his own channel. 10 months, brother. Appreciate you.
Hello there.
10 months membership. Thanks, brother. Oh, I meant to ask you, TJ, did you end up getting a mic? Did you decide on one? I know you were talking about a mic. You and I were talking a little bit about a few things, but I was just curious about the mic itself. I was out on the range, clearing it, adding to it, expanding it. So I decided afterwards to go ahead and enjoy a little bit of the fruits of my labor. Among other things that I did today, I did a lot of stuff around the house while I'm unemployed looking for a job. So I really was able to enjoy that, and I'm almost done cleaning up here, which is perfect because I think I've been online for about an hour, which is all I really intended to do tonight because I can't remember who goes live. I think Tri-State is tonight. I'm not sure who else is going on tonight. Hopefully I did not infringe on anybody's time, but I wanted to get on here and see you guys and chat with you all while I was doing this. So I appreciate you guys entertaining me and talking to me and keeping me company while I did this. All right. Got to do a little bit. I got to spend a little bit. I rolled over my cloth here. I got to spend a little bit more time with my CZ today. I also have a few Holosun. So here's my issue with Holosun. I feel like Osite really coming in undercutting people and are extremely impressive. So I have an Osight SE on my Shield X and close optic, really fantastic. And then the Osight C I run on 2, and I really like those. Those are like a huge picture window without being too obnoxious, hanging off over the sides or anything like that. Um, and the Defender CCW I have on the SIG P365 X Macro, I really like that optic. It's very nice. I haven't had any issues with it or anything like that. I did try a Sealy Wolf. It was a little robust and a little bit overbuilt, and I wasn't as impressed with the dot. It felt like it bled a little bit more than some of my other ones. But I do want to try it again because I've had several people tell me that that may have been something with that one optic because they have not encountered that. So I do want to try it again. I want to try it and see kind of, was it a one-off, or, is it that optic for whatever reason, the glass just not working with me with my glasses or whatever. Wolf is cool. I can't remember I wrote it down. Because I was actually, it might be on this. Sorry about that. It might be in my notes. I wrote it down. I just can't remember what notebook I wrote it on because I was comparing the sizes. Oh yeah, I was comparing so the Wolf is bigger than the Cat. I was looking at the Cat Pro and the Wolf X Pro, and the Wolf X has the bigger picture window, and it has a 3 MOA dot. So I think it was the Wolf that I was considering. I did look at this Sealy Chameleon. What did I say the first time? I was pronouncing that out. It has a really big picture window, kind of obnoxious in size, but it has an 8 MOA dot. So I'm trying to decide if I want to go that big. It is when you're up close and personal and you're trying to go fast up and close. Range toy is what I think of when I think of that type of dot. But 8 MOA, 6, I've saw it on the Mechanic. And the Mechanic, I think, was bigger than the Chameleon. And it had a 6 MOA dot, which felt really crispy by comparison to the picture window. So I don't know. Anyway. Wolf Pro, yeah, yeah. I got turned off by Olight when I bought 2 lights for pistols. Both stopped holding a charge after 2 or 3 months. They have a lifetime warranty on their stuff. So if there is something that comes out bad in production, they're going to replace that for you. I don't even think they charge. All you got to do is reach out to them, tell them what the problem is. They may ask for a picture. They probably wouldn't in that instance. And they'll send you replacement on that. I don't have as much. I've had can't even remember what it was, but it was like the light with the laser on the bottom. Had that for a long time, and didn't have any issues with it, but I haven't tried anything else from them. I have actually been rocking the Holosun PID a lot. I really like that light a lot. Constructed well, very tough. I run it on my range toy, my Kimber 2K11, and I use it like a counterbalance, and the light has been great, like no complaints whatsoever. Anyway, that's not really saying that you should stick with Olight, is it? Because I swapped to the PID, but I like the PID because it fits in the Streamlight TRL7. Is that right? Is that the right number? You guys let me know. But I think it's the TRL7. If you pick that for your duty holsters, that's what I was trying to say. That PID loosely fits in the same footprint. I have had it on occasion kind of go in a little funky and not lock correctly, but for the most part, kind of locks similar to that size footprint. So that's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. And keep up with all the magnetic charges that don't enter change or charge other. Pretty stupid. Yes. I personally, oops. Yeah, that was it. The Balder. I was trying to click on that and I was moving too fast. Bald R. I don't know if that's right. Um, I was glad that they just on a lot of newer things just went with USB-C because that's the superior charging method anyway. It's faster, more efficient. Um, so I was glad to see they made that change. That's just the way that they should do it. Now, I will say the PID, I think, has a magnetic charger as well. I would like to see that light go to a USB-C style charger. All right, I'm all done here. Well, with all of that, so I'm gonna talk to y'all for a few more minutes. My fingers didn't get too dirty, thank goodness. There is a new company, VentCon. I heard their red dots are pretty good. Let me write that down. You said it's called VentCon. I'm not familiar, but I'm always willing, especially after Sealy and Osite have really impressed me. And I know you're talking about the issue they ran into and with the Olight. That's why I didn't get any of their rechargeable dots or optics. I just got their battery operated. And if I ever run into an issue with those, you better believe I'm going to report that. But you said it was called VentCon. VentCon optics. Um, After I get out the shower, I saw some job alerts that I wanted to check out. So I'm going to check those out. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to do some edits and look at some of this other stuff. I run a Holosun EPS on my P365 Legion. Nice. Ooh, the Legion. It's a beautiful piece. No holsters for them. Not many anyway. I just went back to Surefire and Streamlight TLRs. Yeah, that's why I went with the PID. I felt like the PID at that price point, very solid piece for, I only am buying the light for the duty holster. And it happens to work well on the home defense, right? So that to me is the plus of it. If I needed it to use it at night in the house, I have that. I don't need anything more powerful. I don't need any special features. Just something to where I can see what's going on in front of me, if that makes sense. But I wanted it for the duty holster, and I had it written down somewhere, and I cannot remember for the life of me. I feel like it's the TRL7, TLR. Did I say that backwards the first time? TLR7. Anyway, actually, I can really quickly look at that. Man, I think it's the 7. So let me see. That's the 7X. And I think that's what the PLX from Olight is supposed to be as well. Maybe it wasn't the 7. Because the 7X is their sub, right? It's the same footprint as the TLR1, I think. I think it's the same footprint for the Duty 2 holsters as the TLR1. It kind of might help if I share, right? Kind of looks like it too. Kind of looks like it too. So that's the TLR1, and then that's the Holosun. It's a very similar footprint. I know they're styled a little bit different, but they're very similar in footprint. What else do they have? I think they show you all of their, maybe not. I thought they showed all of their weapon lights. But maybe not. I don't see any down here either. Because the 7X is their subcompact, like for their small. They're small. Am I thinking? Yeah, I'm thinking right. I feel like that's the one I compared. Anyway, getting way sidetracked on there. Apologies to that. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, grab me a shower, come out here and clean up. Well, actually, I'll probably clean up my mess first and then grab a shower because I got a bunch of dirty little cotton swabs from my what I was doing every time I was looking down was that's what I was working on. But anyway, that's storage that needs to go back in. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a wrap, guys. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it, enjoyed the company. Hopefully I did not infringe on anyone else's time. If I did, I do apologize, but I always enjoy when I can have a little downtime and come and talk to you all. It makes my day. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week. I'll catch you on the next one.